Hi folks, this is Sumit and welcome to ACAD Guilds project session number 3. In our last session, we understood what are the different Hive tables created and how the data is getting inserted into all the Hive tables. Moving ahead, in today's session, we will do some kind of rule checking and data validation. So let's begin. So this is something which we are going to perform today. All right. So I have the solution doc open. Now you see rule checking on user activity exception table. Okay. So basically we need to find out how many data are getting validated and are fulfilling the rules and not fulfilling the rules. So we need to drop those records and stop the processing if certain thresholds are reached. So those things we will see today. So first we need to run this query from the terminal. Okay, so basically what it is a Hive query wherein we are counting from user activity exception table where rule failed is equal to R1. So how many data does not fulfill the rule R1? So those things will get counted and it will get stored in a local file present named user activity exception r1.txt. So whatever data which is present in user activity exception which does not meet the rule number R1, count it and load it into local file system. So this query is doing the same thing. Okay, so I have just copied it and let me exit from the Hive shell. See, as of now there are no txt file. Now I will run this. So it will take some time. It is running a Hive query. So basically it's about the rule 1. How many count is there? We are counting. Okay, we are counting the number of data which did not fulfill the rule number R1 and loading it into a local file. So this file will get created at the runtime. Okay, let us go back. Okay, the job is still running. So same thing we will be performing for every rule. So there are 3 different rules. So for one exception data, we will be checking rule 1, rule 2, rule 3. You see, for same user activity exception, we are checking, okay, how many data did not satisfy rule 2, then how many data did not satisfy rule 3. So this is for user activity exception. Okay. Then for user activity core, we are counting what are the number of valid records and loading it into core.txt. So these are some of the things which we are doing so that we can find out the threshold number, and based on threshold we can either go ahead with the processing or stop the processing then and there. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is done. Hive query is executed. Now you see this particular .txt file got created. Earlier it was not there. Okay, so this name we gave while we were executing the Hive query here. You see, so let us see what is the content of that file. So it is 0. So count is 0. There are no records that did not satisfy rule 1. Okay. Similarly, we will go ahead and execute each and everything. Okay, I'm just tweaking it because my database name is e-commerce. Okay, so I'm just changing that and running. So I have just copied, paste and execute. It will take some time because it will run a MapReduce job at the end. So once this complete validation and all is done, there will be last part, that is data analysis, that we will see in our next session. Okay, so today's session is completely for rule checking and validation. So see, there are things which you can do. So if the number of invalid records are more than its threshold value, you can stop the processing and send an email notifying about this one. So this is something which you can do it on your own. We are not going to show how to do this, sending an email and all. So these things are like extra work of the project. Okay. Okay, it is also done. R2.txt file got created. Okay, let's see how many count are there. One. Okay, so there are one record that did not meet the rule number 2. Okay, rule failed is equal to R2. So one record is there. Okay, so similarly we will execute our next rule checking, and this will check from user activity exception how many data or record are there that does not satisfy the rule number 3. Okay, so for that we need to count the number and then load the result into user activity exception r3.txt. See, this name you can give anything according to your wish. Okay, the file will get created and the data will get loaded in it. We will wait for just for some time. Okay, it is done. So there is the file present user activity exception r3.txt. Let's do a cat on that. 0. So there are no records that does not satisfy rule 3. Okay. So similarly, I have executed this particular command and got my result. So what I have done to save time, I have executed each and every Hive query so that I can just explain you what exactly is happening. Okay. So I have executed this and I have written the output into the user activity code.txt. Okay, so this will just count the number of records from my valid table. User activity core had valid records. Okay, so it will contain all the, how many records are there, and it will just load into user activity code.txt. So let's see how many records are there. User activity core.txt. Okay. So I'll just do a cat on this file and 2 records are there. Okay. So similarly, these Hive queries are self-explanatory. For every table, for every exception table, like product info exception, okay, users info exception and user activity exception. So for every exception table, we are checking the number of records that does not satisfy either rule 1 or rule 2 or rule 3. Okay, so why we are doing this? Because we need to find out the threshold. If there are certain records which is more than this particular threshold, so it should be stopped. It should not be considered for processing. So that is not a pure data. So that is why we are counting it and loading into the local files. Okay. So see here, for users info exception also rule 1 is there. Similarly, it will check rule 2, rule 3. So I have already done that. Okay. And I have already stored the result in the local file system. Okay, guys. So moving ahead, once you do this, you will have to find, okay, what are the records that reach the threshold or not. Any records are there that reach the threshold or not. So for that, Python code is there. Okay, so this Python code will help you in finding out whether the data have reached the invalid data have reached the threshold or not. So if the number of invalid records are more than the threshold, project should be stopped ideally. So this is the main agenda of this particular Python code. So I'm not executing it because I know as the data is small and I have checked it manually. So all the records are within the threshold. Okay. So this is in Python. You can very well go ahead and apply some other logic to check the threshold point. Okay. So this is it, guys. In our next session, we will wind up the project by doing the data analysis and finding out the solution for some of the use cases. All right. So till then, thank you. Have a great day.